What's your best story from CQ duty that nobody believes? I was pulling CQ at our barracks 2 a.m. shift with nothing but energy drinks and a crossword puzzle to keep me awake. Standard boring night until this old civilian walks through the front door. Guy had to be 70, wearing a dusty suit and carrying a briefcase. No ID badge, no escort, just strolled in like he owned the place. Security should have stopped him 3 checkpoints ago. "Excuse me, sir, you can't be in here," I said, standing up from the desk. He looked at me with these sharp blue eyes and said, "Son, I built this place. I think I can walk around it." Before I could respond, he opened his briefcase and pulled out yellowed blueprints. Original construction plans from 1952. The guy wasn't lying. His signature was right there as project supervisor. "I'm Harold Mason," he said. "I designed every bolt in this building. Want to see something interesting?" Against every regulation in the book, I followed him. Guy walked straight to a utility closet, moved some supplies, and pressed on what looked like solid wall. A hidden panel swung open. Behind it was a room I'd never seen before. Fully furnished office, complete with a desk, filing cabinets, and a portrait of President Truman. Everything covered in 50 years of dust. "Built this during the Cold War," Harold explained. "Command wanted a secure briefing room that wasn't on any official blueprints, in case the Soviets got hold of our building plans." The filing cabinets were locked, but Harold had keys. Inside were documents marked top secret, mission plans from Korea, intelligence reports that were probably still classified. "Nobody knows this room exists," he said. "When I retired, I kept the only key. Been meaning to come back and clean it out before I die." We spent 2 hours going through files. Found personnel records of soldiers who'd become generals, battle plans that changed history, even some Medal of Honor recommendations that never got processed. Harold told me stories about each document, how this colonel saved his entire company, how that intelligence report prevented an ambush, how decisions made in this hidden room affected thousands of lives. Around 4 a.m. he packed everything back up. "This conversation never happened," he said. "That room officially doesn't exist, but someday when you're old like me, you'll have stories nobody believes either." He sealed the room, moved the supplies back, and handed me a business card. "If anyone ever asks about hidden rooms, you don't know anything. But if you ever need a job after the military, call me. I run a construction company now." The guy left the same way he came in. Just walked out the front door into the darkness. Next morning, I tried to find that room again. Spent an hour in the utility closet pressing every wall panel I could find. Nothing. Either I'd imagined the whole thing or Harold had sealed it better than Fort Knox. I kept his business card for 2 years. Finally called it when I got out of the army. Number was disconnected. Did some research and found Harold Mason's obituary. He'd died 6 months before I met him. According to the obituary, he'd been in a nursing home with advanced dementia for 3 years. Couldn't remember his own name, let alone navigate a military base. But I saw those blueprints. I read those classified documents. I watched him unlock filing cabinets with keys that shouldn't exist. Told this story to my squad leader once. He laughed and said I'd been hallucinating from too much caffeine and not enough sleep. Ghosts don't carry briefcases, soldier. Maybe he's right. Maybe 24 hours of CQ duty finally broke my brain. But I still remember every detail of that night. The smell of old paper, the weight of history in my hands, the way Harold smiled when he talked about the soldiers he'd helped.